Good morning, everyone. This is Teacher Joanna, and I will be your teacher in English. Now, before we start our lesson, let us first have a review. What was our lesson last meeting? Okay, so our lesson last meeting was all about giving and following directions. Okay, so now let us have this tongue twister. Everyone, let us read. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Okay, so can you read it? Okay, everyone, read it please. Go. Okay, very good. So can you read it faster? Okay, please read it faster. Go. Okay, so can you read it faster than that? Please read it faster than that. Go. Very good. So that is our tongue twister. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather, better. Okay? So that is our tongue twister. Now today, we are going to talk about guides in giving and following directions. Okay? So what are we going to talk about? Guides in giving and following directions. Now, are you ready to listen? Okay, so if you are ready to listen, please sit up straight. Okay, ears on me and focus so that you will understand the lesson. Now, are you familiar of directions? Okay, so do you know how to follow directions? Very good. Now, do you know how to give directions? Okay, so usually who gives direction? Very good. Teacher gives direction. Who else? Parents give directions. Okay, very good. Elders gives direction. Okay, now, who usually follows direction? Okay, students follow directions. Okay. Now, of course, we all follow directions. Okay? We sometimes give direction and we follow direction all the time. Do you understand? Now, let us talk about the guides in giving and following direction. Okay, now, the following are the guides in giving direction. Okay, the first one is do not try to give direction unless you really know what you are talking about. Okay, so if you are going to give direction, you have to see to it that you know what you are talking about. Okay, remember, do not try to give direction unless you really know what you are talking about. Next, we have begin by starting the purpose of direction. You always begin, okay? You always begin by starting the purpose of your direction. A direction must have a purpose always. Do you understand? Now you have to start with the purpose of the direction. Okay? Next, make the directions complete. This is very important. You have to make the directions complete. Do not assume that the listener will know what to do. The reason why you are doing direction is because a listener must do the direction. That is why if you're going to give direction, you have to make it complete and you have to assume that the listener will know and do not assume that the listener will know what to do. That is why please, if you're going to give direction, give a complete direction. Okay, and then next, use bodily action. Okay, sketches or diagrams to make your direction clearer. So again, use bodily action, sketches, or diagrams to make your direction clearer. Okay? And also, do not say unnecessary words or ideas in your direction. And also, you have to be polite and tactful. Now, these are the guides in giving direction. Do you understand? Remember that a direction can be given orally or written. There are directions that are written and there are directions that are given orally. Do you understand? Now, let us talk about also the guides in following direction. Okay? There are guides in giving direction and there are also guides in following direction. Now, if the directions are given orally, the first thing you should do is you have to know the purpose of the direction. Okay? Again, know the purpose of the direction. And then you have to listen carefully. Okay? Because the direction is given orally, you have to listen carefully. And you have to take notes if necessary. Do you understand? Okay. And you have to ask questions about any step that you do not understand. Okay, so if you have a step that you don't understand, ask question. Don't hesitate to ask question. Do you understand me? Okay, very good. And then carry out the steps in order. Okay? So these are the directions. These are the guides in following directions if the directions are given orally. Okay? So let's also talk about the guides in following direction if the directions are written. Okay, so the first thing you should do is read carefully the purpose of the direction. Okay, a while ago, orally, you have to listen carefully. Written, now it's written, you have to read carefully. Okay, read carefully what? The purpose of the direction. Okay, and then read and understand the different steps. Okay, so you have to read and understand the different steps. And then carry out the steps in order. So you have to carry out the steps in order. Do you understand? Okay, so those are the guides in giving and following direction. Now you can give direction by what? Okay, orally or written. Okay? So I have your question. What are the guides in giving direction? Can you give me one guide in giving direction? Very good. So that is the guides in giving direction. How about this one? What are the guides in following direction? Can you give me one guide in following direction? Orally. Very good. How about if it is written? Very good. So those are the guides in giving and following direction. Remember that a direction can be given orally or it can be given or it can be written. Do you understand? Okay, so now what did you learn today? Today we have learned about guides in giving and following direction. Okay, a direction can be given orally or it can be written. Okay, so now if you really did understand the lesson, let us proceed to your practice exercise wherein you are going to give the guides in giving direction. That is your practice exercise. Okay, and here is your evaluation. Give the guides in following direction. Now that is your evaluation. Now don't forget to answer your practice exercise and your evaluation because I am going to check it. Do you understand? Okay, so thank you for listening. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.